Hi, I'm Sifu Kuttel, and in this video I'm going to go over 8 different exercises that you can do to develop your legs, specifically related to Tai Chi. Now, when it comes to these exercises, I always give you a little bit of advice of what to pay attention to as you're doing the exercise. Whether it's keeping your back straight, making sure not to raise your heels up off the ground, making sure to keep your knees straight over your toes. There's going to be lots of little details like this, so make sure you pay attention to those. Those are mainly for safety, but also to make the exercise more effective for you. Now, the rest from here is up to you. How you do these exercises comes down to how your body reacts to it. Everybody has a different level of strength, everybody has a different level of flexibility, and there may be some things that hinder you from doing the exercises I do it, or you may be in a position where you can elevate the exercise itself. I'm only demonstrating at about a medium level here to give everybody a good perspective on how to do these so you can modify them to make them easier or harder depending on your needs for your training. But you should always pay attention to how your body responds to it. If you hear cracks or snapping or popping, or if you feel pain, it means there's something wrong with that exercise, and it's best to not do that exercise. If you have an instructor, talk to your instructor and see how you can better modify that to fit your needs. Now, these are also presented 8 in a row. I do 8 reps of each, so you can use this as a follow-along workout. And I will time code it so you can jump to the workout if you're returning to this video. I would suggest that you take the time to stretch out afterwards, and you can use this as a nice warm-up for your Tai Chi training. And if you do that, make sure you drink water and stretch out after that. These exercises are developing your muscles so that you can perform your Tai Chi better. For our first exercise, we're going to do the third line stance, and then we're going to do a double squat from there. So our starting position is at a third line stance. We have our feet shoulders distance apart and our toes pointing forward. Now, as we do this, you want to pay attention to 3 things in particular. 1, don't let your heels come up off the ground. Go as low as you can before the heels start to raise up. 2, don't let the knees bend inward. Let the knees stay straight over the toes as you bend forward here, or bend the knees forward. Now 3, do not let the back bend forward. We want to keep our back straight up and down as we do this squat. These 3 factors will make it a very limited squat, but it's very important for your Tai Chi overall. So, starting from our third line stance, let's take our hands, keeping the palms as if pressing downward, and then we're going to sink and raise. Nice and simple. Now, the slower you go, the better this is going to be for your Tai Chi. So, let's do 8 of these. Sink down, 1, back up. Sink down, 2, back up. 3, back up. 4, back up. 5, up. 6, up. 7, up. 8, up. For our next exercise, we're going to be working on a lateral squat. So we're going to focus on one leg at a time, and we're going to, again, be focusing on leg strength. So keep the heel down, keep the back straight, and pay attention to using your leg. Don't try to use your hands to help you up, and we're not going to be pushing for flexibility here. So you should be feeling this on top of the legs, not so much the stretch for the inside of the legs. So we'll start with our legs out, making like a triangle position. We're going to sink over to one side, push up and back. Okay, so from here, I'm not shifting the weight over, I'm pushing directly up. If you watch my upper body, my head and my shoulders, I drop down to that angle, I push back up to that same angle. We're making like a triangle shape here. Now let's take the hands and we'll extend outwards so we have some good idea of what our upper body is doing at this point in maintaining the straight line in the back straight. And then sink down and come back up. Let's do 8 on each side. So we sink down, 1, down, this leg stays straight, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, down, 8. Other side, dropping down, 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, bend the knee, up, straighten the leg, down, 6, down, 7, down, 8. Now, you can always narrow the stance, lean to that side. Just make sure if your stance is more narrow, don't let the knee go past the foot. So we always have the knee straight over the foot when we do this. Our next exercise will help with stepping out further to get a more longer stance when you're doing your Tai Chi. So what we're going to do is take one foot, turn it out towards that 45-degree angle, and then our other leg, I want you to just touch the ground. So our heel touches the ground. Keep your knee slightly bent. You don't want to completely lock out. Now from here, I want to bend this knee as much as possible. So my posting leg, I want to sink down as much as possible, keeping my knee in the same direction as my toes are pointing. And then from there, I'm going to straighten this leg, raising my upper body up off the ground. So down to touch the heel, up to raise the heel. Try to avoid raising and lowering the extended leg. This is a different exercise. We want to still work the posting leg that's touching the ground. We want to work these muscles right here, okay? Now, a good easy way to keep your posture, just cross one hand over the other, keep your hands in the front, and then we're going to sink down, 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, and down, 8. Let's do the same thing to the other side. Again, you want to sink down first, get this heel all the way out, arms crossed, all the way up, down, 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, down, 8. Our next exercise is going to focus on our balance when stepping as well as our posting leg strength. So moving from when the foot is back to stepping forward without trying to swing the leg or fall into it with bad weight distribution, okay? So nice and simple, we're going to touch our toe and then touch our heel. To do this, take one foot, turn it out to 45 degrees, bend the knees, extend forward, and touch the heel on the ground. Now you should be able to lift your foot up, having no weight on that front foot, nice and empty, okay? From there, withdraw, staying low, and then lightly tap your toe to the ground. If you want to get really advanced on this one, extend without touching the ground. Of course, you want to do this with your leg down. You want to have that knee bent. If you're just bringing your foot back and forth with a straight leg, there's not much benefit to that exercise. Again, we're going to take our hands, place one hand over the other, keep it in front of you so you can pay attention to your posture. Sink down, extend that heel, and then tap, 1, tap, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4, tap, 5, tap, 6, tap. 7, tap. 8. Same thing to the other side. Again, I want to have my toes pointing at that 45-degree angle. Bend the knees, get some good extension. Make sure both legs are bent. Arms stay in the same spot. Tap. 1, tap. 2, tap. 3, tap. 4, tap. 5, tap. 6, tap. 7, tap. 8. For our next exercise, we're going to basically do a golden rooster raises one leg. When you do this, you want to focus on taking your time and pausing in the upper position. Now, this is pretty simple. We're just going to raise up, step down, raise up, step down. And we're just going to keep going back and forth as we do this. As you raise the knee, try to get it to go right underneath that elbow and try to crunch a little bit here. Try to bring the ribs and compress the ribs. Try to bring your hip closer to your shoulder as you do this. And then control your step. Don't just stomp down. Don't let gravity control it. You lower your foot. Okay? So we'll start, raise the leg, pause, down. 2, down. 3, down. 4, down. 5, down. 6, down. 7, down. 8, now that's 4 on each side. Let's do 8 on each side. 9, down. 10, down. 11, down. 12, down. 13, down. 14, down. 15, down. 16, down. Our next exercise is going to focus on above the hip and then into the upper muscles of the leg. So this is when we're lifting up our leg when we want to step out to the side, and it also helps when we're trying to bring our leg back in from the side. This is not an area that gets much attention when we're doing a regular Tai Chi training, and it's very important for your mobility in general. So whether or not this has a direct effect on how you do your Tai Chi, or if it comes from the form, it's really important just to be able to move around better and have better structure of the body. Now this is a very simple thing that we're going to do. You want to shift your weight over to one leg so that we have our posting leg to balance on. And then what we're going to do is point our toe out to the side, keeping a straight leg, and then we're going to raise up and down. Now keep your posture, so we're going to cross our hands over each other, raise, and then down. Don't worry about going up as high as you can. You want to think about using the muscles along the ribs, along the side here, and then also raising that leg up. You should feel it with the hip. So we're going to raise up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same thing, other side. 1, down. 2, down. 3, down. 4, down. 5, down. 6, down. 7, and 8. Another exercise that we can do lifting the legs to work the muscles in front from the above the hip down to the upper leg itself is just a single leg lift forward. So this time, don't worry about bending your knees to go low, but what we're going to do is touch our heel to the ground, cross the hands over each other, raise up and then down. Again, I don't want to worry about this leg, so I don't need to sink down low to do this. I'm just going to raise up and down. make sure you control each part of the motion. So you don't want to just swing your leg up and then slam it down on the ground. That could end up in injury to your leg. So control the lift. Don't worry about how high you go. The slower the better, because we're just focusing on working that muscle. So cross those hands. Let's do 8 on each side. Raise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other side. Turn, touch that heel to the ground. Nice and easy. Keep your shoulders. Turn, chest turn, so we're square towards that leg. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our final exercise is very similar to the 8 brocades when we're bouncing on the heels. So what we're going to do are basically calf raises. You want to raise the heel up off the ground and then back down. Now, as we do this, I want you to try to make sure you keep your back straight up and down so we're not leaning to get the heels up off the ground. And don't think so much about getting the body upward off the ground. Think more of pushing your toes down into the ground and your body raises up as part of it. If you feel your heels kick out to the side, that's natural, but try to keep your heels back. We want to keep this alignment right here, straight up and down. Try not to let the feet go outward here. And raise the entire body. Again, it's all about control. So control up, control down. Don't just go up and bounce up and then drop. Okay, and our hands are going to come down to the side, pressing downward. We're going to raise up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if you want to, you can change this up a little bit and do fast pumps. Now, again, don't worry about slamming the body down. Just touch the heels downwards. We're going to do just 8 bounces like this. So again, hands pressing down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the very last thing you can do is an upper hold. So these are all variations. You can stick with one of them, whatever feels good for you, but you really want to develop those muscles. You could even do all 3 in a row. So what we'll do is an up and hold for an 8 count, and then back down, and you can do 8 of those. Okay, so again, we go up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, down. So that's another way that you can practice this one on your own. Okay, so there you have it. Now, one of the things that I would encourage you to do is pay attention to your soreness following this workout. It shouldn't be something where you're in a lot of pain during the workout. You should feel the muscles tense up and work, and you should get a sweat from this. But if you're feeling something painful, that's a good sign to stop doing that exercise and talk to somebody, a fitness professional, your Tai Chi instructor, or your doctor about how you can modify that exercise or how you can work around whatever this pain is trying to tell you. However, like I said, I want you to pay attention to your soreness, and this is something that can happen even after the workout, a day after, and most commonly 2 days after. The soreness will tell you what you worked out. So if certain muscles are sore, that means good job, you got those muscles, you're doing the right amount for them. If you're feeling like there's a muscle that should be sore that's not, that's a good indicator that next time you do your workout, either add more reps to it, or if it's something where you're squatting down, try to sink lower, or hold the position a little bit longer. That way you can kind of modify your workout to really fit your skills and abilities. Now, one of the things I always suggest is getting good hydration and stretching out. And this comes down to the entire day itself. Make sure that you're drinking water throughout the day. Make sure you get extra water after your workout, and make sure you stretch out. So if you're using these exercises for a warm-up for your Tai Chi training, then stretch out after the end of the session, because now your muscles are warmed up, there's good circulation going to them. But if you're just going to do this as an exclusive routine, now is a good time to take a few minutes and stretch those legs out, because it will limit the amount of soreness that you will have from lactic acid buildup. So this will save you in the long run, and it helps your mobility altogether. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. Otherwise, make sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.